So what, are you like Japanese or Chinese or what? What's up, fellow collectors? Today I'm talking about the Liu Kang Infinite Concepts Mortal Kombat action figure, and these figures came out back in 1999 era, and even though they're a little bit of an old school figure, I still think they're really great, and they definitely stood the test of time as far as action figures go, and the stuff that we've seen released with the Mortal Kombat license for action figures, you know, even up to, I would put these guys, you know, up to par with the Mezco stuff that we've seen come out recently. So very cool stuff. Let's talk about the articulation here first. You got a nice rotating ball there for the head. You can't really look up and down, but it's basically just a side-to-side type motion. You got a nice 360 that you could do at the upper arm there, and there's also a hinge so where you can kind of get it winged out a little bit. You got a hinge at the elbow. You got these rotating balls on the wrist there, and there's a little bit of a hinging type motion you can do with them. Just a little bit, not a whole lot. The waist, you can swivel it there, it looks pretty good. There's really no hinging type motion you can get out of it. You know, the legs, they kick out pretty far, and pretty far backwards. Just like crazy karate kick style right there. You got a hinge at the knee here, and then you got a hinge at the ankle, and then the feet have this little pivoting type of articulation that I've actually never seen a lot of action figures use before, and that's pretty cool. It's pretty unique, and it definitely helps the figure stay balanced a little bit more, because that's one of the unfortunate things about this figure, or all of these figures really, is that, you know, they all have the same sculpt. They all have this kind of bending backwards type of sculpting on them, and it does make them a little bit top heavy because they're all kind of leaning back, so you really have to distribute the weight around the legs really well in order to get them to stand up. Luckily, all the joints on this figure are really tight. You know, I don't have any sort of loose joints on them, so that's really great. You know, I picked these figures up from an actual like collector. You know, he definitely kept these things on a shelf and on display. You know, it wasn't like kids playing with them and bashing them around, so that's very awesome. And you know, some of the detail work on this figure is really great. I like the paint job that they did with the legs down below. You know, you got the red and black there. Definitely looks good. Definitely catches your eye. I like the way that looks. Then he's got some cool wrist gauntlets there. You know, he's got some spikes on them. You know, some great sculpt work there. You know, very cool. You know, the face sculpt is probably my least favorite, and it's probably my least favorite out of all of the sculpts I've seen from all these figures. You know, the Scorpion one was really good. The Sub-Zero one was good. And pretty much all of them were pretty good, except I just don't like this Liu Kang figure. I mean, I think just the head, it looks weird. It looks like the head is almost too small for the body in its own way. I think that they kind of maybe messed this one up, or somehow in production it didn't come out fully to the best of their ability that they were really going for. You know, the hair sculpt and everything, the bandana looks great, but it just, I don't know, the head just looks weird to me, like it's a little bit too small for the body, and the eyes or something, like they're too squinty, like they're too small for the face or something. Something's not right in the way the whole thing is proportioned to the body. And it just looks kind of funny to me, like looking at it from a distance. It kind of makes me laugh a little bit. But that's really the only gripes that I have with the figure. You know, for the most part, it's a really great figure, and I would highly recommend picking the figure up if you're a fan of the more classic style designs. And we haven't really seen a whole lot of Liu Kang figures. You know, it's mostly a lot of the ninja type characters that get, you know, overproduced and produced a lot, and we don't really see, you know, especially since Liu Kang's like the Mortal Kombat champion, it's like he's like the least created figure for action figures, you know, so that's kind of weird. But I definitely enjoy this figure. I would definitely recommend picking him up if you could find him at a cheap price. I would definitely, you know, scour eBay, because that's what I did. I scoured eBay for like days and days, and eventually something popped up, and I picked up the whole lot of the figures for a really cheap price, and I'm very excited about that. Now I got some cool reviews for you guys to do. Make sure you check out my channel, guys. I got a ton of Mortal Kombat action figure reviews on there. I also collect other figure lines as well, like Halo, Walking Dead, Star Wars, Mega Bloks, all that good nerdy stuff. And I also do stop motions, all my reviews. Make sure you subscribe, because I come out with new videos every week. And I will see you guys all in my next review. And thank you all for watching.